Versatile Mage. Chapter 236. This lightning is not common lightning. Humph. You think you can fight me on your own. The number of dark beasts I can control is more than you could possibly imagine. Huiyi was no longer acting. The smile on his face had turned into a gloomy sneer. As he said this, the stench immediately pervaded throughout the entire maze, instantly turning into a miasma. This miasma was actually toxic. If a person were to breathe it in for a minute, they would get poisoned. If they passed out, they'd basically be choked to death. The group of people had yet to react to what was happening and were instantly enveloped in the miasma. One by one, they began to faint, except for the shadow student. He used evading shadow to quickly move into a different area. Classmate, save your team members, or else they will die here. Mo Fan knew what was happening behind him, so he shouted to the shadow student in a loud voice. The student quickly responded, "All right, thank you." The miasma came from behind Huiyi. Many sharp voices rose from the crowd of dark beasts within the turbid miasma. They bared their fangs as they charged toward Mo Fan, wanting to rip him into pieces. Mo Fan took a step, and his body sank into the shadows. He quickly transformed into a shadow and flashed along the walls. In the next second, he appeared behind Huiyi. Mo Fan slowly emerged from the shadows, and in his hand a trace of lightning quickly scuttled forth. However, at the moment he was going to make his move, Huiyi suddenly displayed a cold smile in disdain. A cold aura immediately arose from his body, and the ice chains emerged from the ground and flew toward Mo Fan. Ice. Mo Fan was a bit astonished and hastily jumped backwards. The ice chains were brandished as they began to surround Mo Fan from all directions in sequence. Their chill turned people's bones rigid. Mo Fan knew that he had underestimated Huiyi's abilities. He immediately activated the soul imprint and opened the power of his blood beast boots. Red light flashed around Mo Fan's legs and interwove into something that resembled armor before it covered his legs. At the same time, red lines that looked like blood vessels poured onto Mo Fan's legs, and the power of his legs rose sharply. Swoosh! A thick ice shackle swept toward Mo Fan's back. It arced toward him, looking like a gigantic python about to wrap itself around Mo Fan's body. Mo Fan used the erupting power of the blood beast boots and jumped away suddenly, dodging the ice shackle. As he stepped onto the thick ice shackle, Mo Fan used the force from being lashed to land directly onto the dark wall. Go! Huiyi controlled the remaining ice shackles. It was like he had predicted where Mo Fan would leap and quickly used the ice shackles to form a gigantic binding formation. The ice shackles rushed forward. Mo Fan knew he had to avoid their tips, so he stomped heavily on the dark walls, his body shooting away like a catapult toward another area. The ice shackles flew as they chased him, nearly catching him. Once locked on by the ice shackles, struggling to escape was very difficult. You dare to fight against us, the Black Vatican, with that little ability? Let me tell you, whoever catches the attention of our Black Vatican can forget about living properly again, and you are definitely not an exception. Huiyi watched Mo Fan, who was in a difficult situation. The smile on his face turned increasingly sinister. He was an intermediate ice magician. Adding to that was the fact that he could command many dark beasts in combat. This Mo Fan actually tried to fight him. That was far too naive. Fortunately, the shadow beast was already too tired to move. After finishing off Mo Fan and bringing the shadow beast to Sir Priest, he would earn the highest reward for this operation. For trash like you, even if more of you came, I'd still be able to annihilate you. Mo Fan stood there, eyes solemn. Huiyi once again displayed a cold smile. He pointed toward Mo Fan, and the dark beasts within the miasma immediately surrounded him. At a quick glance, there were no less than 10 of them. Huiyi did not plan to fight Mo Fan head-on. He wanted to use the dark beasts to tire him out and then strike with the ice shackles at the critical moment. That way, he could finish everything. A woo! From a silvery crack in the air, a gigantic wolf head stretched out, followed by its sturdy and powerful body. Its long blue fur fluttered with the wind. Its bright eyes and full expression were filled with the wild nature of a wolf. "Those dark beasts are yours," Mo Fan said to the spirit wolf. The spirit wolf was indeed violent. It didn't bother warning the dark beasts, nor did it care how many there were. It took a couple of steps and charged toward them. The dark beasts were furious and had the advantage in numbers. This spirit wolf was indeed very arrogant. How dare it not regard them? They were all minion class, or could 10 of them not defeat one? The dark beasts moved to encircle the wolf, nimbly attempting hit-and-run tactics. They bit and clawed once before retreating, hoping to bleed the spirit wolf to death. The spirit wolf wasn't that easy to deal with. Not all of the dark beasts that attacked could retreat successfully. 2 that had wounds were quickly swatted to the ground by the wolf's claws and brutally stomped to death. Mo Fan realized his spirit wolf's combat prowess was indeed high. Even if it couldn't match 10 dark beasts simultaneously, it could still disrupt their formation in a short time. The most important target was the Black Vatican member in front of him, who was disguised as a student. From the strength he had displayed, he was just a henchman. That was fine, too. Getting rid of their henchmen before finding their master would be advantageous. He could not do close combat. This guy's ice shackles were formidable. If trapped, he could be in serious danger. Forget it. What was the point of bullshitting with this person? Let's just kill him directly. As a man possessing the violent element of lightning and thunder, he could handle most problems with just a fist. If that didn't work, he could use Thunderbolt. He refused to believe this henchman could withstand his explosive attacks. Mo Fan didn't say much as the dark purple lightning arcs appeared around his body. The star paths interlinked and quickly turned into a lightning star atlas beneath Mo Fan's feet. If he wanted to be tyrannical, then what else would he use, other than lightning? At this time, Mo Fan did not need to hide any of his powers. He needed to let this lackey of the Black Vatican understand that not everyone from Bow City was easily provocable. Dark purple color. This lightning isn't common grade lightning. Huiyi was retracting the ice shackles. He wanted to use them defensively, but after seeing Mo Fan's dark purple lightning, his eyes began to widen. The lightning element was incredibly fierce. If the lightning was spirit grade, then even if his ice shackles condensed into a protective layer and stacked on top of defensive magic equipment, it might not be enough to defend against it. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.